channel. Some of you may or may not know me. My name is Victoria. I'm gonna start, this channel is gonna have like different kinds of content on it and all that, but this video is gonna be about the abusive relationship I was in. And this is gonna be the story about what happened to my leg and my foot. At the end of the video, I'll put some pictures of the crutches, the wheelchair I use every day, and my braces. So I'll just jump into the story. So on February 19th, 2018, we were going to go to the park, and we were walking to the park, and his friend had came and got us, and from the park and his friend coming to get us, it was going okay. And he went to the park to play basketball with a couple of his friends, and after the park, his friend had came and got us. His friend was getting a tattoo, and the friend took us to the tattoo shop. Well, his best friend lived walking distance from the tattoo shop into his house. So he had made the suggestion, let's walk and see if he's home. So we did that, and to find out his friend was at home, so we were walking back to the tattoo shop, and he wanted to cross traffic, lots of it, and I wanted to cross the crosswalk. So we had got into a disagreement over that. And he is 6 foot and 200 pounds, and I'm 126 and 5'2". And when he gets into a disagreement, everything goes his way. So he'll grab me by his hand and was like taking me and dragging me across the street. And when we had got to the curb, he had let go, and my knee had bashed into the curb. Well, it hurt so bad that I couldn't move, and I was telling him like, I can't move, I can't get up. And he was like cursing at me, telling me get up, and he was just embarrassing me like in front of his friends and everybody. So I just decided like I can do this, and I literally crawled into the tattoo shop, and I had crawled all the way back to their bathroom because I felt like my knee was bleeding, and so I wanted to see what had happened. And I had went back there to their bathroom, and come to find out my knee was already black and blue. He had scrapes all over it. My other knee had bruises, but I couldn't put no pressure on my foot and my knee. So I literally was crawling back, and I was telling him I want to go home, my knee is messed up. And he was like, no, we're not going home. So we had sat at the tattoo shop for an hour, and he would go out with his friends and talk, and he would just leave me in there. And then after that, his other friend came and got us from the tattoo shop. And by this time, I couldn't walk to the car. I couldn't do nothing, but he was already mad, so I had to walk to the car. We had to get in. The car was packed with people, so I had to bend my knee, which I was hurting so bad that it was hurting so bad I can't even explain it. And I was telling him I want to go home, and he was like, no, and he was starting to raise his voice at me and stuff. So I'm like, okay. Then we go do whatever he wants to do, and we have to make another stop. And I'm like, I want to go home. Take me home after this. And he starts choking me and cursing at me again and talking about we're not going home till he wants to go home. And I'm like, okay. And so we get back on the road, and we're going to do, again, whatever he wants to do. And we stop somewhere else, and I'm like, I want to go home. Can y'all call my mom? I just want to go home. I was telling these people, call my mom. Because he had taken my phone and was texting my mom back and everybody back as if he was me. And so my mom was felt like I was just not coming home, but he was texting her for me. I'm not if I could have texted her, I would have please come and get me. I was telling these people, call my mom, get a hold of my sister, I want to go home. And they was yo, mama know you here? And I'm like, I just said, call my mom, I want to go home. And like everybody was just like making a joke, and then he would like choke me again, and he was like calling me like the B word, and he was like, well, we're not going home until I want to go home, and like just like going off. So I was like, by this time, like I just like wanted to cry. Like my knee was hurting. Like, you're sitting here embarrassing me in front of your friends, you're saying this, you're choking me, like. And so like after we left there, we went to the best friend's house, and his best friend's brother eventually had taken me home. So that's how I got home. And like, but like prior to this, like if he got like mad, like he would like grab me by my neck and like push me down, and I'd be like, that hurts, and he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I was playing. But like there's a difference, like especially if you've been in the situation, you know the difference when somebody's playing and then they're not. And like he would just like repeatedly do it. And like prior to this situation, like he had got this app where like you can talk to people like all from the world or whatever, and I would be like, and he would be flirting with the girls, and I would be like, that's so disrespectful to me. And he would like, well, I'm not meeting up with them. So I'm like, but that's still disrespectful. So we had got an argument about that, and he had went outside and came back to come speak to me, and I had like locked my phone, and he was like grabbing me by my neck and was like pushing me down, talking about some, you're acting suspicious and stuff. And he would just like do it like out of like anger, and like I never thought it would like get this bad, but obviously it did. So that's the story on my like the gist of my leg. But at the same time, like I don't like want no female or male to feel like they have to be like ashamed, even if it's not just a boyfriend or girlfriend, it's their mom or their dad. Like nobody should be ashamed to say he or she hurt me. Like it's not your fault. And even though like you really do feel like it's your fault, or like you feel like, oh, they did it because of my actions and stuff, that's not true, and you shouldn't feel that way. But they do make you feel that way. But like, don't be scared to talk to nobody. You definitely do want to speak to somebody, and just talk to somebody. Tell them what's happening, or the best way you could try to get out the situation. And of course, everybody's gonna have like a different situation. Like some people get hurt more, or some people get hurt less, or it's not that big of a deal, or it is. But any time a man puts his hands on you, it's a big deal. Like even if it's just choking or just hitting you or whatever, it's a big deal if y'all aren't like play fighting. And you shouldn't be ashamed. Like, yeah, you do feel like it's your fault. Like, of course, like I was having my bad days, and I still do have my bad days. Like it still does hurt, but eventually when you put like God in it and give it to God and just let it be, like, and talk to yourself like every day. Like tell yourself, I'm beautiful, or I'm handsome, like I can do this. Like you can get through it. Like don't let it hold you back in life, or let it stop you. Like even though I have to put the braces on every day, and I have to ask my sister and my mom like help me with this, and like they have to open my doors and everything, like I still make sure like I get up every day and I try to do something. Like you definitely don't want it to hold you back, because it's not your fault at all. And I mean, it does hurt, but eventually you can get through it. And try to have like a support team, like just anybody, a friend or somebody. But you definitely want to talk to somebody, and you don't want to be that way. But don't feel ashamed like to say they hurt me, because it's definitely hard, like getting on here and like even just telling anybody. Like at first I was ashamed and I didn't want to tell nobody. I was like, oh, I fell. But in a sense, when you start telling people, you realize like more people have been in your situation, or more people like, oh, I'm sorry, like, and it's not to like tell people like to feel sorry for you or anything. That's something like people are gonna say, oh, I'm sorry for, because you don't have to be ashamed, like, and it's not your fault. So people are like, oh, I'm sorry. So don't be ashamed to tell people. Or if you guys want to talk to me, I'm free anytime to talk. And I'm gonna have my Instagram, so you guys can DM me and give me your numbers or whatever. If you have any questions for me, you can DM me. And this will be my first video, and of course I'll have more. You can comment what you would like me to do, or if you would want me to do more videos on this, or advice about anything else. Like, I've been through a lot, so like if y'all just want to talk to me, you can. But I'm gonna have more videos just like with my sister or stuff like that. And if you want to see the pictures, I will put them now.